3, 2, 1, and here we go. Hey guys, my name is Lerod Smalls, and yes, this is Rise of the Black Warrior podcast. Hey guys, I'm super excited to be here, like I always say, but I truly am today, and you know I am. If you're watching this podcast, then you see this crown on my head. Now, if you're not, and you're just listening, let me explain. I have a majestic, powerful gold crown on my head, and I love it. I bought it for my birthday one year to celebrate. I'm a Leo, and I love to celebrate big, call it Lions Day. We do it every year. Get together with my friends, we do something. It's Lions Day, right? But it means something special today because I'm going to explain something to some of you, especially entrepreneurs, men who have created big lives for themselves. They got big aspirations, big dreams. These are kings that have created big lives for themselves. But then the rest of the world, and even themselves, even the darker sense of themselves, the part of themselves that feels scared or confused. Because we as men, sometimes we don't want to say we scared and we confused, right? We'll say terms like we frustrated, we overwhelmed, you know, but those are just terms to just say that we scared. We got a lot on our plate, right? Those terms just means that we have reached the part of our capacity where we're trying to figure out what's next or if we could even accomplish what it is that we set out to do. I'm here to tell you, kings, when I put on this crown, it's because I already know I'm king. And I already know that I don't live a life that I have to choose the things that I want to do. When I want to do something, it's because I want to do it. Now, if somebody tries to put something on my plate that I don't want, hey, I don't want that. Now, I might task myself to do it if I feel it's a blessing, especially now if my wife puts it on my plate, then it ranks pretty high on the things that's going to get done. But truth say, if it's something that I want to do, then that means it's something that's got to get done because I am king. All right, now, that's why you may see this big sign on my desk. Now, again, if you're just listening, let me describe it for you. It is a black lit up sign, an ampersand, right? The ampersand, I may be saying that right, the ampersand sign. It was a gift from my good friend, my girlfriend, Mika Joseph. Love Mika, she's super awesome. And Mika gave me this ampersand. It was down in my other office, but I kept it because it really meant so much. And when she broke it down for me, I kept this in my life forever. And I'm gonna break it down for you guys. See, there's two types of lives you can live. You can live this or life, or you can live what we call the and life. See, the or life means that I'll do this or I'll do that. It means that I can't do this and that, I just do that. And then the minute that I want to do something else, I have to give the first thing up in order to make space for the next thing. And the only reason people do that, not because they don't want both, it's because they feel that they have reached the limit of their capacity. Their capacity cannot include another thing. And the problem with that life is you become limited to the resources that you see in your available world right then and there. And the problem with that for a king is we will always have a driven desire for more. See, when I put this crown on my head, it makes me feel like I should have more, like I could be more, I could do more. But then the world around me is telling me, no, do one thing, pick one thing. But the truth is, the people I see that are living at the highest levels of the world, they just expand. They don't live in the limits of the ordinary world. See, the ordinary would tell you, hey, work that job, do that thing, and I'm not here to kick a job. But if you kick it, if you have a job, but you want something else, hey, you should be able to have something else. Now, if you want just that job and that's it, but maybe you want an extracurricular activity. Maybe you want to do some things on the weekend, but you feel, you know what? I don't have the time to pick up a hobby because I got to work this job. That's a shame because you're not living a life that you have described for yourself. See, we describe things to ourselves what things should look like in our minds, but a lot of times we just don't let them out. We envision a big world for ourselves. I mean, it's like Marvel comic books in my head. But now if I let the rest of the world dictate what's possible for me, it'll look like a small little little gum wrapper comic, right? Remember the gum wrapper comics that you used to get back in the days when we were kids? Or maybe it's a full-fledged comic. And right now I'm living movies in my head because I'm seeing things that are possible for me, and I'm not living a life that's based on or. I'm living a life that's based on and. You know what? I'm a personal development coach for black men, and I'm a developer for property and real estate, and I'm a landlord, and I'm a website owner and a developer, and I'm a father, and I'm a husband, and I'm a jiu-jitsu practitioner and competitor and a champion. And you guys following me? Because if I stopped at that, then I wouldn't be able to say, and I'm also the host of the Rise of the Black Warrior podcast. And see, that's what it is. When you want to add more to your life, you're just going to have to make yourself bigger. And I have just decided to live a life where I just make myself bigger. I'm willing to go through what we call the growth cycle. The growth cycle is a simple cycle that's based on commitments, leading to filling up your capacity. And when you reach the top of your capacity and you feel like you can't go no more, you just push a little further and boom, all of a sudden you have expansion. And because you honor the original commitment, the cycle starts all over again. Hey, at Rise of the Black Warrior in the tribe, we talk about that. We teach that. We teach that in the 90-day reincarnation program. And in that program, what you're going to do is you're going to go through a whole cycle of forgetting who you was and becoming somebody new, and then creating the world, living life by design, like my boy Mondez says all the time. Hey, listen, guys, I want to tell you, this world is big enough for anything that you want and any person that you decide you're going to be. You just got to decide to be king. See, I decided I wasn't going to be a pawn a long time ago, that I was going to be king. And it doesn't matter who steps in my way, what steps in my way, I am going to knock it down. I'm going to be the best version of myself at any given moment, at any given time, because I determine that, because I am king. And I live a life of and, not or. See, a king don't live by the or. The king lives by the and. So I'm asking you, where in your life right now do you wish you were living and, but you probably living or? All you got to do is flip the sign. All you got to do is be willing to flip that sign around and go from the or to the and. And keep pushing, honoring your commitment, breaking through your current capacity. The 4-minute mile by Roger Bannister. Like, this is an amazing story. A lot of y'all know the story, but I mean, he broke through what was in history, something that people thought was not possible, to break through and run a mile in 4 minutes. And he did that. But soon as he did that, all of a sudden, a lot of other runners were started doing the exact same thing. But was it because they changed the sneakers? Like Les Brown said. Did they now start changing the food that they eat? Like Les Brown said. No. It's because now people started to believe it was possible. So I'm here to tell you right now, and life for you is possible. You just got to be willing to go for it. You got to be willing to put your crown on. If you're willing to put your crown on, I promise you, you can end in the life that you describe and you designed for yourself, because you are king. Listen, to all of the queens that are watching, to all of the kings that are watching, to all of our princes and princesses that are watching, I pray for you to decide to live an and life, to be willing to push yourself past whatever you think is possible right now. Because if it wasn't, I couldn't do this podcast. I couldn't be building this tribe of men and working with a team of people who's phenomenal at bringing out the very best in men all around the world. But right now, we focused on this and life. So go after it. Go get it. I hope you subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're not, subscribe to us on YouTube, Rise of the Black Warrior, this podcast. Check us at podcast.riseoftheblackwarrior.net. And you can also find us on Spotify and iTunes. All right. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys go after your and life. Remember, you are one decision away from changing your world forever. Peace.